Hey YouTube, my name is Victoria Velasquez. I'm doing this channel because I want people to be inspired. I want people to get out there and walk so it can impact and change your life the way that it did mine. I'm going to be talking about 10 things that walking does to totally change your life in a positive way. And number one, let's talk about stress. Stress is something that's in everybody's life. No matter what you do, somehow stress always finds its way to creep right on in. So number one, just getting up and walking. For me, when I'm stressed out, I will make it a point to stop whatever I'm doing and just get out there and go for a walk. Now, I'm known for putting in some miles when I walk, but sometimes you may not have the time to do that. So if you just get up and you go for a little 15-minute walk, and when you get back, your entire tone has changed. Your entire mentality has changed. I know for me anyway. For some reason, I'm able to kind of calm down. I kind of slow down. I pay attention to the birds. When's the last time you paid attention to a bird? When's the last time that you paid attention to a flower? Or you stopped and literally smelled the roses or actually touched a flower or a bush? I don't know if you're crazy like me, but that's definitely something that I do. All right, let's get into number two. So number two is depression. Now, I myself, still to this day, sad to say, I suffer from depression. And a lot of people do. Walking is one of those tools that you can pull out and you can utilize. Depression is something, when it sets in, oh man, it can be a killer. It can be a killer. And I mean literally. It can take you to dark places, and it's hard to pull yourself out of it, especially if you don't have a support system or if you've isolated yourself in any way. Depression, I know for me, depression has been kind of consistent in my life for years. And back when I had a ton of money and I had all these fancy cars and big homes, I would walk around in my 8,000 square foot home and I would still be depressed because money cannot buy you happiness. Money cannot all of a sudden fix all of your problems. But I was forced to walk. Trust me, I did not just up and choose to walk one day. Nobody told me that this was a tool that could be used to combat these issues that I was dealing with. I just happened to discover one day, hey, when I go walk, I feel better. I have more energy. I'm more enthusiastic about going out and doing it again. So over the last year is when I really started to, probably about a year and a half ago, is when I really started to realize, sorry I'm a little winded because obviously I'm out here walking, but about a year and a half ago I started to realize that depression, it doesn't just entirely go away. But when I go for a walk, I'm able to focus a little bit more on the beauty of the outdoors. If you're an outdoor person and you admire God's handiwork and it's something that you value, walking is going to be really a good tool for you. I'm going to do more videos on depression. I'm going to do more videos telling you my story, my background. But let's get back into the next thing on the list. So anxiety. Anxiety is something that kind of follows suit with depression. Sometimes you can have anxiety so bad that you actually don't even want to go outside. You don't want to be around anybody. You don't want to bump into someone, and now you're in a situation where you are kind of forced to deal with the public when you weren't in a position to do that. So what I recommend, this way there's no excuses for you to still get out there and do your walk. What I recommend is choosing a location where you don't have, you're kind of free. You don't have to worry about society. You don't have to worry about running into somebody who you may or may not want to engage with. The other thing is stimulus. In today's world, our brains are so easily stimulated as soon as you open the door. As soon as you open the door, you see concrete, you see buildings, you see houses, you see cars, you see cell phones. So find a location. If you're a person that suffers with anxiety, find a location with a beautiful scenery. In fact, let me show you guys what I'm walking. I'm walking on a track. Look at this. Is that not beautiful? This is one of the spots that I go to because I suffer from anxiety. And I don't want to be around anybody. I don't want to have to engage in conversation. I just want to be able to go and free my mind and not have to deal with any of that. So I could easily use the excuse, hey, let me stay in the house today. Let me not come outside because my anxiety is so bad. My depression is so bad. I'm so stressed out. I'm so overwhelmed. I'm gonna choose to waste my life away and live a stagnant, sedentary life because I don't want these things to enter my world at all. So one of the tools that I use to combat that is I choose locations to walk when I'm in those moods where I know I'm going to be alone. I know I'm not going to be bothered. So keep that in mind when you're trying to choose a location. If you're someone who's just starting, you're a beginner, choose locations that are going to mean something to you. Choose locations where you're going to feel safe and comfortable, especially if you're a female and you're out walking by yourself. Let's go into the next one, mood. It kind of goes over what I've already been talking about, your mood. Walking changes the way that you think. Walking, for me, allows my brain to kind of rest. I don't have to worry about anything other than putting one foot in front of the other. Literally, I just focus on stepping, I focus on my breathing, and sometimes I don't focus on that. I don't focus on anything other than enjoying the fact that I made it, that I got out of the house, that I achieved something. Do you know how good you feel when you didn't even want to go walk in the first place, but you did it? You know, any time in life that you've accomplished something and you succeeded, no matter how small, no matter how great, you know what that feels like, right? It feels phenomenal. So every time you set a goal to go outside and to walk, and you accomplish that goal, you are building. You're building something. And you don't even realize it, but you're building something. You're building your character. You're building your self-esteem. You're accomplishing things. You are making yourself a better person via walking. Okay, now let's talk about walking and your body. Walking strengthens your heart. So if you're a person, all of us have a vice. All of us. There's something that puts the frosting on your cake. Every single one of us is guilty of having a vice, whether it's drinking or smoking or drugs or whatever it may be. Make walking one of your vices. Become obsessed with walking. Exchange one of those vices for walking. You may not love it at first. In fact, you're not going to love it at first. It's very rare that somebody jumps into this and they just love it straight out the gate. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't. I did not love this at first. The only thing that started me to walk, I had all three of my cars taken from me, all paid off. I had a convertible Mercedes, I had a convertible Porsche, I had a Cadillac Escalade, and the condo that I lived in basically snatched up all of my vehicles one morning. They were all paid off, and that's for another story. But anyway, I was forced to walk, and I was a monster. I used to be a totally different person. But I actually hated. I would pull up to the store, get out in my stilettos, pull up right at the front door, do what I need to do, come out, and yeah, if you asked me to walk 10 feet, I'd look at you like you were crazy. So it evolved for me. It evolved. It started out where I hated it. And then I found it to be a necessity. That necessity evolved, and it turned into something that, hey, you know what? I don't mind it. Because instead of waiting 30 minutes to catch a bus, I would much rather, instead of just sit there, I'd rather walk to the next bus stop. And in Las Vegas, the bus stops, the blocks are long, and so it's quite a distance. So I'd get to the next bus stop, and if the bus wasn't there yet, I'd walk until the next one. Sometimes I would walk and the bus would drive right on by. Those were days it would piss me off. But I felt accomplished. Every time I made it to the next bus stop, I felt accomplished. So over time, I wanted to push myself and push myself. And every time that I succeeded, I noticed, that felt good. And coming from a person filled with depression, anxiety, PTSD, you name it, this was the only bit of gratitude towards myself, the only bit of my own little sanctuary, my own little feel-good place. So the walking turned into, hey, I like this. Hey, I like the way that I feel. And I'm not doing any drugs. I don't have any vice that's making me feel good like this, other than the fact that I am simply pushing myself and I'm just walking. And it completely changed my life. I mean, entirely. There's not a day goes by that I don't walk. If I'm sick, if it's raining, if it's snowing, there are no excuses. Not only that, but it became an obsession. I am completely obsessed now with walking. I walk about 3 times a day minimum. I walk in the middle of the night, I walk early morning, I walk midday, whatever, whenever I feel like it. Or if I'm overwhelmed or stressed or upset, I walk. And it's my cure. It's my newfound drug, is walking. So, okay, let's get into the next one. So toning the muscles. Here's an interesting thing. One day, now I've been walking for about 2 years already, and I discovered, wow, I am really starting to get my upper body toned. Well, how is that? How is my upper body getting toned, and all I'm doing is simply walking? Well, I'll tell you. There are certain ways to walk, believe it or not. I thought you just got out there and you walked, which you certainly can, especially when you're just starting out. That's what you do. That's what I recommend that you do. But as you evolve in your walking, you're gonna want to amp it up. Meaning in location, meaning in distance, in everything. Your upper body will get toned. I'm going to do a video actually showing you how to walk correctly. And it's astonishing. It is absolutely amazing to me. All right, let's get into the next one. So I don't know what number I'm on. I don't even know if I've mentioned any numbers thus far. But the next one is weight loss, which is obvious, right? So every morning, some people might say, and I've heard this before, I walk every day. Yeah, you walk from your living room to your bathroom to get ready for work. You walk out the front door, you get into your car, you drive to work, you might walk around at your office a time or two. You leave work, you go to the store, you walk from your car to the store, in the store, and then you get back in your car and you go home. That is not walking. That is just doing your day-to-day errands or whatever. That's not walking. Okay? You're going to lose weight, but I would recommend don't jump into this just to lose weight. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'll do videos dedicated strictly to that for those of you out there who want to just do walking just for weight loss. But if you want to lose weight, one of the things that's going to be off-putting to you is that it takes time. There's nothing that's instant, but the time is going to pass no matter what. Days come and days go, do they not? When's the last time that you actually did something and stuck to it and got the results that you wanted? Tell me when. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Exactly. But if you learn to fall in love with this and you make it a part of your daily routine, losing weight, toning your body are just benefits that come along with the package. But you can't just dabble in something because you want to lose weight and you want to do it quick and everything's instant, because that's the world that we live in now. That's what society has conditioned us to do, right? Weight loss is going to happen. I assure you. You can't get up and go walk 30 minutes every day and expect anything other than weight loss. You can eat whatever you want to eat, and I'm not joking. You should see the stuff that I eat. I don't know if you can see with the angle. I'll take some pictures. I'll upload some pictures, even before and after. And I've never really been a heavy person, but there was a time where I was so depressed and I leaned on food, as many of us do, and I was on a medication and I blew up. And walking, the body that I have today is a direct result of what walking does for you. I'm serious. But you can't just jump in it and walk 15 minutes here or go for a walk, once or twice a week and expect something to happen. And then when you don't see the results that you want, you do what? You quit. You give up. And that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to inspire you, to motivate you, but I'm here to give you the facts. You have to make this a lifestyle. And if you fall in love with it, that is the easiest way to accomplish that goal, okay? All right, so walking eliminates toxins and waste in your body. It will cleanse your body. Now, I'll be honest. I'm kind of stuck on my energy drinks. It's really a bad habit. But cut me a little bit of slack, because at least I'm out here, right? However, if you are doing this every single day, man, you have not experienced freedom. You have not experienced, you are living in bondage still. You have not experienced freedom until you make this your lifestyle. And you're out here every single day putting the work in. You can do whatever you want. I mean, to give you an example, I had 2 chili cheese dogs and a huge bowl of chili cheese fries at 12:30 at night. And then I had an entire pint of Haagen-Dazs ice cream late at night. And that was just because I got in from a walk and I was hungry. When I weighed myself, what happened? Nothing. And you know why? Because it's a habit. It's a daily lifestyle. It's something I do regularly. Therefore, I am not bound to diets and things that are trending. I am not bound to being worried when I go shopping for new clothes. I can do whatever I want to do. Now, the next thing, I have my little resource here, because even though I walk all the time, my memory is not the best, so please bear with me. Releases endorphins. That's an important one, because everything that we've talked about thus far, having to do with your mood and depression and anxiety and PTSD or whatever it is that you struggle with, because the society, the world that we live in today, it's hard. It's really hard to live your life without something impacting it in a negative way. So when you walk, especially if you're a creative person, or if you're someone who wants to be a creative person, or you're a writer like myself, and you hit what people call writer's block, go out and walk, see what happens. It will change you, I tell you. Trust you. Trust me. Trust me. It will change you. All right. Now, the big one, especially for those who want to lose weight, and that's your main goal, that's your main focus. Did you know 10,000 steps is equivalent to a full-blown workout? Let me repeat that. 10,000 steps. Sounds like a lot. It's not. 10,000 steps is equivalent to a full-blown workout. Remember earlier when I said, hey, I noticed the upper part of my body's toned and all I do is walk? Mind blown. That's because people like to put down walking. People say, you have to run if you're going to do something. If you're going to work out, you need to run. No, you don't. You can just walk. It's low intensity. Therefore, anyone can do it. No excuses. All right, guys. I'm going to be doing these 30-minute walks. I'm going to be uploading videos daily. Please excuse the lighting. My finger is a little busted. And I guess I'm using that as the excuse right now when really I just can't find the flash button. Anyway, I'm going to be uploading daily. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the little notifications. Eventually, I'm going to be doing live streams where we can go walk together. I'm really curious to hear your feedback. So please, please, please comment. Tell me your thoughts. Ask me questions. This is Victoria. This is Walking Life. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye.